somebody not, he's gotten quieter, did you say? Or
No, he's always been quiet, always well-mannered,
yes.
but because he's quiet on the leg to too much of a point,
Yes.
that if you stop driving, he just stops.
Yes.
So he's learning to be a little bit more sensitive, because we're not nagging him all the time.
Right. Okay.
We're teaching him things. Because he would be the horse, you'd be pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing some more, and he would just get caught. Remember the rule, when a horse is dull on the legs, you must use your legs less. When they're hot, 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 you have to use your legs more. That goes against human nature, right? So when they're dull, they have to learn to go away from the leg like that. How do we teach them that? By exercising, right? Because if you do more and more, he becomes duller and duller and duller. Now the hot horse that won't let you put the legs on, you gotta have the leg on. Because they don't want you to touch them. So it's really a contradictory thing that you have to teach horses. And it's against human nature. That's why you have to study, 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 because can you imagine the hot horse, you never put your legs on, right? Because they're going to explode. We have one coming at the end, and it's a real case about that. But this dull horse must learn to be sensitive on the leg, because we would be hitting it all the time, and it would just like the kid that you scream at all the time, you're screaming and screaming and screaming, pretty soon they're not even, he's really home. So we'll do some exercises to make him straighter, quicker, all those things. Does anybody have a horse that's like that, a little bit dull on the leg? Yeah? So, good.
I have a question.
Yes.
What if, even though he won't be an I-1 horse or he won't be choosing horse,
Mm-hmm.
but he is like a very, he's just so laid back.
Mm-hmm.
Would the in-hand like work with touching his hocks? Does that help with making
Absolutely.
him quicker to
Yeah, yeah. All the things we did to make him quicker again. That took time, so he's not, yes, absolutely. Just know, if you haven't done it before, it takes a little time to teach
So all
him
I
that.
have to do is have him, he has to just lift it like that.
First, you just teach him to pick it up.
Pick it up.
Pick the other one up. And then circle around you a little bit,
Yeah.
like that. And then if he picks it up, not even that much, we were happy to do the
Yes.
We were.
Okay, so
That time he actually did something. Sometimes he's only moving his legs, but I'm still happy. So if they keep moving their legs, that's better, huh? When you fall to stop. Any other questions? Okay, Dan, you're welcome. One good exercise to make a duller horse sensitive is you don't turn on the forehand. Everybody knows the turn on the forehand, right? Yeah? But we do it with the flexion opposite. So now we're really producing a little more straightness. Has everybody done the turn on the forehand with the flexion opposite? Yeah. It's a very good exercise. So we'll show that exercise because this produces, so do the turn on forehand, Tanya, with the flexion opposite. Good. Good. And walk forward. Now, could that be 10 times quicker? We're going to see a Grand Prix horse that is a little dull sometimes on the leg. She can do that at trot. In the olden days, they did it with the pillar, and it's in all the classical books. Good. So eventually, we want to be able to do that in trot. And that's the quickness, not throw against the bridle. So put your stick in the other hand, Tanya, and do it from the left side again with the flexion right. Quicker, trot it, 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 trot it. Good boy. Now pat it. Good. So it got not trotting, but So we said, okay, we're happy with that little bit, all right? Now she's going to do a little forward work. And this is a horse that would make you straighten him by chasing him. We're trying not to chase him, and that's hard, right? Okay. She's going to do some leg yielding work. Good. Now, we're doing a little bit of leg work and straightening. And this exercise calls you not to use the whole ring, because I want his hind legs more under him. So we're going to use a quarter of the ring, an eighth of the ring. He can't make it, can he? He can't trot over there. He can't. Otherwise, he's going to be long, hind legs out behind him. He can't make it. So what does she do? She walked it, because we're still lowering the croup. Does anybody have questions about that? We're not pushing his hollow back at that moment. So she uses just a little bit of the ring, and she holds him back when his friends are leaving, and he wants to go so badly. Not so badly, right? He doesn't want to go that badly. But we have to encourage that he wants to go, but we won't let him. So she could have switched her stick, and when he came to us, he's really a good boy, and so well-mannered, and I love this horse to death. But you've ridden horses, when you switch the sticks, they're going forward because they've been whacked. Okay, fine. They've been whacked, and so they go forward when we switch the stick. We're trying to get that, not like that a little bit, so we can switch the stick without. Good. Now she's only using a little bit of the ring, and she wants him to trot over there. Hold him back. She wants him to trot. Can you get him to trot? 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 Trot, trot, come on. Trot, trot. Good boy. Good. You can see that he could go covering ground, but I want him to get quicker underneath himself, okay? So we're taking his physique and saying this is his physique. This is his MO. We want to train him to be a little quicker. Good. Maybe a little bit of canter work, Tanya? Now we whispered about that canter. It took 5 whips and 12 starts to get that before. Now we're whispering to him because we're taking our leg off and allowing the mistake to make him quicker. Because we're not going to chase him anymore. We're going to have a conversation with him. So remember, the lazy horse you have to ride without your legs, and he must become sensitive. The hot horse has to accept the leg. So he wants us to chase him there, you see? And she works on this, gathering him up, okay? And getting him straighter. There she goes again, right? Because he broke out of the canter, and he makes you chase him to the hollow back. So we do little things with him, like needlepoint things. We work with him. Then he becomes the good. That was impossible before to whisper this thing. We had to, that's good, Tanya. Tanya holds him back a little. She works on her left side a bit. And remember, he already knows a lot of things. So even at his level, changing the structure pattern a little bit, right? His suppleness, his lowering of the croup. Good. You want to start a little pirouette work and show us the ability to go straight. Now we can do medium canter, mind you, don't worry. And you might have to sometimes. But I want you to trust that you do this pirouette without your legs. Aha, see, he thought about it, didn't he? He knew that we weren't going to push harder, but we would come to 5 and 8 with a kick. And following the reins. Good. Good. And go forward, my good boy. And now coil up. The sitting. The sitting. The sitting. Now go forward. He did it. Good. Spring out, right? But he wanted us to chase him there. And then his back wouldn't be in the right way. That's the experience of different types of horses. Coil up, coil up, coil up, coil up. Yes, and spring out. Good. Very Yeah, a little correction. Conversation, okay, good. Let's see it the other way, Tanya. Help him with your left leg. Help him with your left leg, get forward. Remember that your left leg shouldn't be tight. It has to produce forwardness. Good girl. Yes, you have outside. And don't forget inside. Good. And he's starting to have conversations outside home. Sit back. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let him stop. See if you can make connection with your reins. Can you make connection with your reins? Could not. See that with the right side wouldn't get short, just like Betsy's horse? He said, I don't do right. Good, go out. Good. That's classic that he doesn't want to step on that right hind and put his neck against you. Good. And she let him fall a little bit smart to the left and gave him room on the left. There you go. Good. So she did what Betsy did. She gave him a little room to step up on the left. Good and much better, huh? He didn't just get held. He got room.